back once again to your YouTube channel, E&C Educate. Last class we were explaining his first flight. Now the next paragraph of the story of his first flight is, that was 24 hours ago. Since then nobody had come near this young seeker. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring. Herring is the word I am writing here, herring. Herring is another word. Herring, and to devour it, eating that fish. Herring, small fish. Standing on a rock while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle sound. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cover ties. Taunting him with his cover ties. That is actually the paragraph that we come to know. So, herring and taunting. Taunt is actually another word. Taunt. So, that is a very important thing. Let's see here. Herring. Herring is a small, soft-finned sea fish. Soft-finned sea fish. Sea fish. Herring, small, soft-finned sea fish. Devour. Taunt means to provoke with angry remarks. With angry remarks. Devour is another word. Eat quickly. Devour. Eat quickly. Devour, eat quickly. Eat quickly. That's what we call it as the word devour. The cackle is a laugh in a loud and harsh way produced by birds. Cackle is a sound. Cackle. Cackle means laugh in a loud and harsh way. Laugh in a loud and harsh way. And harsh way. And harsh way. That is what we call it as a cackle. Cowardice is cowardice. Cowardice, not to brave. Cowardice means not brave. Lack of bravery, we say. Lack of bravery. Bravery. So braver, cowardice, opposite also. This is opposite also. Lack of bravery, that is one. So he tried, because his parents were busy focusing on his siblings. They helped his siblings master the art of flying. The parents were busy with mastering their other children in the art of flying and diving for food. Food here means their food is a fish from the sea. His older sibling even caught his first fish, which he proudly ate at a rock while his parents celebrated their fish and flying, catching and eating. That morning, his parents taunted him, provoked him, and asked him, please come all the way for being a coward. You are a coward. They scolded the young seeker as a coward. That is what we came to. We will go to the next paragraph of this phrase. The sun was now ascending the sky. blazing on his ledge that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing. He closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Still, they took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. Now, at the cave, she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of the beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. That is all. Now let us see. Ascending the sky is actually the word, the act of rising up through the air. Ascending the sky, that means sunrise. Then preening. Preening means cleaning or make clean the beak of the bird, to tidy and clean its feathers. That is preening. Preening is the word. Preening. Preening. So ascending the sky means the sun is coming up from through the, that means the act of rising up through the air. That is what ascending. And the opposite is descending. Ascending and descending. Preening means to tidy and clean its feathers. To tidy or to clean its feathers. Clean, that is what. So, hump, another word is hump, H-U-M-P. H-U-M-P. Let us see what is the meaning of a hump. A rounded raised mass of earth or land. That is what we call it as a hump. A rounded raised. A rounded raised earth or land. Earth or land. That we call it as a hump. Hump, we know that word. Scrapped. Then another word is scrapped. Scrapped. So scrapped here means discard. Discard. Scrapped here means discard. Discard. Avoid. Discard or avoid. Now let us see what is actually the meaning of that. The sun had now risen. The morning, and he was feeling the heat more than ever because he was empty stomach. So the young seagull was feeling hot because he was hungry last night, since the night, empty stomach since the night before. Then he stepped out of his ledge and pretended to sleep on one leg to gain the attention of his family. He wanted to get the notice of his family. Still, no one noticed him. None of his siblings or not his father or mother. So none noticed him. His siblings were sleeping. His father was cleaning his feathers with his beak, and his mother was standing on another plateau eating fish while she noticed the young seagull. The seagull got mad on seeing the fish. The seagull was hungry, has been suffering, has been undergoing what we call it as hungry. And the fish was standing on another plateau eating fish. While she noticed him, the seagull got mad on seeing the fish because he was very hungry. He loved to tear away fish and scrape his beak now and then. That was actually the habit of the young seagull. Now we will go to the next paragraph. He's starting with the ga 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 is the sound produced by this young ga ga ga. He cried, begging her to bring him some food. Cow, Kala, she screamed back derisively, but he kept calling very plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of the fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, stopped, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak, waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer. Why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. That is actually, now let us see what are the important vocabulary or words for the meaning in this. Derisively, another word we are coming across in this paragraph. Derisively. Let us listen. What are the meanings of this word? So, derisively. Derisively is actually in a manner expressing hatred. The manner of expressing hatred. That is derisive. Then plaintively. Plaintively is sad. Plaintively is sad. Uttered means made a sound. Uttered means made a sound. Sad. Uttered is actually made a sound. Halted. Another word we are coming across is halted. Halted means stopped. These are the difficult words that we are coming across this paragraph. The young seagull cried in hunger to his mom, while his mother screamed back angrily, but he kept crying, which soon turned into joyful scream. At the sight of his mother flying towards the young seagull with a piece of fish, he got excited as she came nearer and thus leaned forward. Suddenly, the mother seagull stopped, not too far from him. Out of excitement and hunger, the young seagull, dived at the fish without realizing for a moment that he was afraid to fly. So actually that is a felt need he wanted to. Now let us say the need for food, hunger, which made him to fly, forgetting the fact that he was not able to fly. Let us go for the next paragraph. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into space. Then a monstrous terror, fear caught him, seized him, and his heart stood still. His heart was without any moment. It freezed, stopped. He could hear nothing. It was the mental, psychological insight of the writer. He could hear nothing. But it only lasted a moment, continued for some time. The next moment he felt his wings. Spread outwards. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. Cutting through the air. Spiders cutting through his air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Ga, 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 ga. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream sound. Then his father flew over him screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring, flying. Soaring means flying and diving. Let us see now what are the important words from this paragraph. Monstrous is a word you have come across in this paragraph. Monstrous. Let us see monstrous. Monstrous. Monstrous means horrible. Very horrible. Monstrous, horrible. Horrible. Then another word is seized. Seized. Seized is grab. Seized or grabbed. Seized, grab. Then another word we have come across is headlong, with the head foremost, soaring, flying, I told you. Soaring. Soaring means flying. Flying, soaring, flying. Swooped, let us see. What is the meaning of swooped? Swooped means, this is the word, swooped. Swooped means move rapidly downwards through the air. So move rapidly downwards through the air. This is what we call it as through the air. Then another is curveting is another word. Curveting. So I will write that word curveting. Let us see. Curveting. Please take note of this if you want to. Curveting. Curveting is another way. It means perform a series of jumps on the hind legs. Curveting means perform a series of jumps. Perform a series of jumps. Perform a series of jumps. A series of jumps. A series of jumps. That is perform. Curvative perform a series of jumps. That is all. Where on hind legs, jumps on a hind legs. On hind means back legs. Hind legs. That is what perform a series of jumps on hind legs. That is curvative. Let us go for the summary of that part. The young seagull got excited that he fell as soon as he tried. For a moment he was in shock and stood still out of terror or fear. All this lasted only for a moment, short time, and soon his feathers opened as he flied. He could feel the wind against his breast feathers, stomach and his wings. He could feel himself cutting through the air. He was not afraid of any more. He was just a bit nervous, but then his mother accompanied him. The whole family screamed out of excitement, thus celebrating his victory over fear. So this is the time for winding up this session. If you have if you are interested, you are getting benefit out of this class, please don't forget to subscribe. We will come with the next session explaining other paragraphs and the activities in the textbook also we will be just having. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.